For the best meat you have ever eaten in your life, go to samsbutchershop.com. Enter the coupon code Triple T when you check out for a 10% discount. I want you to take a look at this lazy cat. Say hello, Kiki. You're lazy. You're lazy. You're so lazy. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's so pretty outside. Why don't you get up and come and go outside? I'm going for a walk and talk. Y'all want to do a walk and talk? Oh, you're so lazy. You're just so lazy. Look at this cat. I'm in the bedroom and she gets up on top of she gets on top of this chest of drawers and just flops. You are so lazy. What is with you? Hang with me. I got something I want to talk about, but I'm just trying to get her motivated and see if she wants to go outside with me. You want to go? Say hello to all the people. No, you don't want to? You just want to sit there and be lazy, huh? Is that what you're doing? You good for nothing, lazy bum. That's what you are. Let's do a walk and talk because it is so pretty outside today, and I've really got something I want to talk about. And I got some good news for you. So I wanted to share all that with you, but I thought we'd take a walk down into the woods. I'm leaving, Kiki. All right, you're just stuck. Heck with you. Oh, it is so nice today. It is Wednesday, and I think we're supposed to finally hit about 70 degrees here in Alabama today. Before I get to what I want to talk about, a couple of announcements. One is really great news. I was talking with, sorry for the glare. I was talking with Marina. I got a guy coming tomorrow, by the way. If I may interrupt myself, he's going to spread some new gravel for us for our driveway, so that's good. He's going to get up some stumps because when I'm trying to park the camper, I have to maneuver around a bunch of stumps. So around the old Trailer Trash homestead, we're going to get it fixed up. And our first camping trip is in a couple of weeks. It's scheduled anyway, Lord willing. And I'm really looking forward to that. The weather's getting better and we're anxious to get out in the camper, and we're going to take y'all with us. We'll take videos of everywhere we're going, and we'll just keep shooting the show from there. But as I was saying, I was talking with Marina earlier this morning. Her dad is much improved. He's doing very well. Thank you all for your kind thoughts and prayers and what have you. And his next doctor's appointment is 2 weeks from this last Monday. And if all goes well, Marina plans to come home after that. So she, Lord willing, she should be home in a couple of weeks, and she's excited to get home, and I'm excited for her to get home. So that's good news. And then she'll be joining me on the program again because she's got a few things to say as well, I am sure. Now, tomorrow, on tomorrow's show, we are scheduled to have a guest, and I'm excited about this. It's going to be basically my first interview where I am the interviewer, and we're going to have a man coming on the show by the name of Kevin Barrett, and I think you're going to find this man extremely insightful, and he's going to address a lot of the things that I've been talking about somewhat. He's going to be talking, among other things, about the influence of Zionism in America and in the Middle East. Kevin is in Morocco, and we're going to be talking to him, and I'm really anxious to get that show done, and so that all of you can hear what he has to say. He has some really interesting perspectives that are applicable to every American, really to everybody that is affected in any way by this plague scourge of Zionism, what it is, what it's doing, what it has done to us. And he's going to give us some insights on that and a few other things in terms of foreign policy and the involvement of the American government in expanding its footprint around the world. So be looking out for that. It should be airing, I believe, tomorrow on the show. So tune in for that. Let me just go ahead and get out of the way. Please go ahead and like this video, folks. It really helps, I am told, the algorithm for you to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. when we do that, I am told that YouTube is more apt to share our channel on the platform, and that's what we really want to do as we continue to grow our channel and grow our community. I'm still hearing from a lot of you. Thank you so much for the buy me a coffees and the emails and letters and whatnot. You guys are just fantastic. I love you all. It's great to have you along this journey. Now, here's what I want to talk about today. I've been talking a lot about, a lot of other things, stuff that's happening in the Middle East and in Russia and Ukraine and all that, but I want to talk about economics today. So bear with me, because this is so important to our lives, what I'm going to talk about here, particularly in the West. You've got various forms of economic thought and economic theory in the world today. You've got communism, you've got socialism, you've got capitalism, you've got all these different terms. And for me, I don't think there is any particular economic theory that does not have some flaws, that is perfect. As a general rule, I try and avoid isms in my life. If you know what I mean, no matter what you're talking about, I think you're probably safest to, let me get out of the sun, to avoid all of the isms that are out there. I can't avoid the sun. I am generally the most fond of capitalism, but there are flaws within capitalism as well. In terms of economic theory, I think I would be most comfortable in saying that I'm just a free market guy, okay? I believe in the free exchange of goods and services and transactions between people who can agree upon a price. If you have an item that I want, let's say you have a car that you want to sell, and it just happens to be the kind of car that I'm looking for. Well, we meet and I look over your car and I say, man, I really like this car. This is the kind of car I want. And you say, well, it's for sale and here's the price. And then we perhaps start to dicker over the price, but eventually we come to an agreement, and you and I come to this agreement on our price, and we make a deal. You're going to sell me your car, and I'm going to hand over to you the money that you want for the car. Deal done, right? There's no third party. There's no government intervention. You and I just made a private transaction. That's the free market at work, because we agreed on the item for sale and how much money is going to be exchanged for the item in question. That's a free market. That's what I'm for. That's the purest form of economics that I know of. What happens in economics is when you get the government involved in the equation and they begin to regulate things and they begin to dictate things and they begin to tell you this is what you're going to pay for this item, and this is how much we're going to tax you if you decide to purchase this item. And they even go so far as to give subsidies to people who are on a large scale who are developing certain products. I got mixed emotions about Elon Musk. A lot of people may not be aware of the fact that Elon Musk, who is he, I know he's one of the probably 3 or 4 or 5 richest men in the world. I don't know who's at top right now. I think it's Bezos, but Musk is right up there. Musk and Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and Elon Musk, he is worth a lot of money. But Elon Musk kind of got an unfair advantage when he started Tesla, because he got government subsidies for his endeavor. Did you know that? Now, I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. That's not a free market, if you ask me. I don't have any problem with Elon Musk or anybody starting a car company or any company if they want to develop their product and put it on the market and set their prices and see what the market will bear. And I wish them all the success in the world, but I don't think it's a free market or fair competition if you're getting government subsidies, as Musk did. But what I want to get to real quick is this. This is an indictment, really, of the Democratic Party and Democrats in particular in America, this is not restricted just to Democrats, but it's certainly rife within their philosophical moorings when it comes to economics and when it comes to money, because I have long maintained, and I challenge anybody to prove me wrong on this, I have long maintained that the seedbed of the Democratic mind, if you will, is born of envy and jealousy and the notion that somebody's got more than somebody else has got, this pitting of people against one another and classes against one another, and they are just so envious that somebody might have more money than they've got, and they don't think it's fair, and they want a level playing field, and they want everything to be the same for everybody, and nobody should have a penny more than anybody else has got. But they're such hypocrites on this. You know, they hate Donald Trump because he's got money. That's one reason they hate him, because he's got money. But it somehow is okay if you're a professional athlete. They never quibble about that. You can sign a contract for $1 billion and that's okay. Or if you're an entertainer, you can make all the money you want to and no Democrat's going to say anything to you about it. Look at LeBron James. Democrats don't have any problem with LeBron James, who has made a fortune on the backs of Chinese slave labor. Did you know that? If you're a Democrat, it's okay to have a lot of money. But if you're a Republican, you're one of the evil rich. That's how that works. Now, of course, if you're a Republican who acts like a Democrat, then you're golden. You know, Mitch McConnell, John McCain, you can make all the money you want. As long as you act like a Democrat, you'll be okay. But I maintain that the mind of the Democrat is laden with this sinful characteristic known as envy. It has absolutely gripped America in particular. And that's what I really want to talk about, because, folks, we should be happy with our lives and where we are, and if we seek to improve our lives financially or otherwise, we should do so without being envious or jealous of our neighbor or somebody who has a little bit more or a lot more than we've got. We are at the point in the United States where we demonize success, and this should not be the case. I have maintained this before. If you have a businessman or a woman who has a great idea for maybe a product they want to develop, I've got Mike Lindell in mind right now, and he's a great example. But they go and they invest sweat equity, and they invest their own money to develop a particular product, whatever it may be. They've got a great idea, a great product that they want to develop, and they spend a lot of time working on this product, and they develop this product, and they come up with a marketing plan for this product and a business model. And eventually the product goes to market. And if things go well, they're successful with their product, and potentially they stand to make a great deal of money. Is this not the American dream? Is this not something that should be celebrated and applauded rather than demonized as Democrats do? I am not a wealthy man. I am not rich. You see where I live. There is undoubtedly people around me that have got a lot more money than I've got and a lot more things that I've got. And you know what my attitude toward them is? I applaud them. Good for you. We should celebrate when people around us do well. That should be a good thing. That shouldn't be something that makes us jealous or envious of them. We should tell our children, look, there's old man Jenkins over there. He's done really well for himself. He's got a big house. He's driving big Mercedes-Benz or whatever, and he's got a lot of money in the bank. That's a man you want to emulate right there, right? Don't demonize him. Don't be jealous of him. Don't seek to use the government as an instrument of plunder against him. Well, it's just not fair. I don't use the F word. F-A-I-R, fair, because guess what? Life ain't fair. We all know that, right? But if my neighbor somehow begins to make more money than I make and begins to prosper more than I make and begins to build a bigger home than I've got or drive a nicer car than I've got, good for him. I'm not jealous. I'm not envious. I don't think he should be punished or penalized. I think he should be celebrated. I think I should slap him on the back and say, good job, man. Good for you. And if I want the same thing, then I get up off my rear end and go and apply myself, and maybe I can have the same thing. That's how that works. But not in the mind of a Democrat. The mind of a Democrat is full of envy and jealousy, and they want everybody on the same level. They want us to be peasants and just the same thing, just the same cookie cutter, every citizen on the same level, everybody in the same class. That's not real life. That's just not how it works. Success should be applauded and rewarded. There's nothing wrong with that. But Democrats are at war with this idea. I'm looking at you, Hillary Rodham Clinton, who demonized the concept of trickle-down economics that Ronald Reagan popularized. And I'm going to tell you something. Trickle-down economics do work, and I'm going to prove it to you right here and right now. Let's say that I am a man, let's just say I go out tomorrow and I win the lottery. And all of a sudden, I have millions of dollars. Let's say I won a lottery for $500 million. Now I can dream, can I? It might surprise you. I don't think my life would change that much. I do think I'd buy property, but there's one luxury item I would love to own if I had the means. Just one, mind you, but it's a really big ticket item. I would love to own my own personal jet. Wouldn't that be cool? I'm talking about a Gulfstream, the one just like the late, great Rush Limbaugh had. I mean, how cool would it be to have your own jet? You could call up your pilots and say, hey, I'm going to Paris. Get my jet cranked up and ready to go. Gas that baby up. We're leaving in an hour. Now, why do I mention that? Because I want to make an example for you, and I want to show you how trickle-down does work. First of all, you should be happy for me, right? If your mind's right. Hey, old Trailer Trash Tim, he got him a jet. The Gulfstream Corporation, the last time I checked, was located in South Georgia. It was either in the Savannah area or the Brunswick area. They have a plant there where they manufacture Gulfstream jets. Now, the jet that I have in mind, I believe the cost of the jet is somewhere in the neighborhood of $60 to $70 million. So I'm going to go and plunk down, let's say $70 million and order my new Gulfstream jet. Now, let me show you how this is a good thing for a lot of people. When I pay to have my jet built, what else did I just pay for? I'll tell you what I paid for. I paid the salaries of a lot of people, the people that it takes to build my jet. They now have good paying jobs because some evil person with a lot of money ordered a new Gulfstream jet. Do you see how this trickles down? Have you ever been hired by a poor person? Has a poor person ever given you a job? I have worked for Fortune 500 companies. I have been self-employed my whole life, but I have yet to be hired by a poor person. I'm not demeaning poor people. God bless poor people. I mean, I'm kind of po folks myself. I'm not a pauper, but, I sure ain't rich. But I'm not demonizing poor people. I want to live in a country where opportunity exists for everyone. And you can start out where you can barely rub two nickels together. But if you're in the land of opportunity, you can change your lot in life. Do you know in America right now, despite all of our problems, despite all of the war of the Democrats against free market economics, did you know you can still go out and buy you a good used pickup truck and put you a couple of lawnmowers and a weed whacker in the bed of that truck, and you can still go out and bust your tail and make a decent living? Did you know that? So there's really no reason for any able-bodied American to not go out and make some money and support themselves. I have sympathy for the poor. I do not have sympathy for the able-bodied who prefer to sit at home on their posteriors and watching cable TV and eating Cheetos and letting the taxpayers give them a free ride. That I do have a problem with, and you should too. But when a person spends money in any business establishment, they are indirectly or directly creating jobs for people. Do you see this? If I went and ordered my Airstream, I like an Airstream too. If I went and ordered my Gulfstream, when I plunked down the money for that jet, I just basically created a job for somebody or jobs for people. That's how that works. When you go and buy a car from a manufacturer, you either created a job or you kept somebody employed because you purchased a product. And you can go through any list of products you like, from a Gulfstream jet down to a lawnmower. When you spend your money on items, you are helping to create jobs, or you're helping for people to keep their jobs. But you see, in the mind of the Democrats, the rich are the evil people because they're rich. That's why they're evil, because they're rich. Again, exceptions being made for athletes and entertainers or Democrats like Nancy Pelosi who have millions. We're not to question that. But I want to attack the notion that success is evil, or people having money that they got the legitimate way is somehow evil and wrong and bad, and they should be demonized and penalized for this. Folks, we need to rid ourselves of the emotion and the characteristic of envy or jealousy. We should applaud people who go out and work hard and produce something with their hands. This should be applauded, not demonized. If you see somebody more successful than you, has a nicer house than you, or more money than you, or drives a nicer car than you, congratulate them. Be happy for them. Don't be envious of them. Be glad for them. Do you know who said a rising tide lifts all boats? Anybody know who said that? A Democrat said that. It was a man by the name of John Kennedy. You sure as hell never heard Hillary Clinton say that. What was Kennedy saying? He was saying that basically what I'm saying, if I go out and I spend money on a product, I am helping to boost the economy. That's what I'm doing. And when I spend money and boost the economy, this helps to keep people employed. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing if I spend $70 million and buy a Gulfstream jet. It's good for me because I get the jet, and it's good for people who need a job building jets, is it not? It's good for the pilots who are going to fly me to Paris because now they've got a well-paying job. Is this hitting home with anybody? I hope it is. I wish nothing but success for each and every one of you in your lives, no matter what you're doing, whether it's something mundane and trivial or it's something grandiose. No matter what you do for a living, I want you to succeed. If you go out there and work hard, I want you to succeed and make a lot of money, and I will stand up and cheer you. That is the American dream, and we need to revive it, and we need politicians who celebrate such things. I don't care how much money Donald Trump has got. If Donald Trump is disqualified in my mind, it sure wouldn't be over the fact that the man's got money. It would be on issues of policy or whatnot, but it sure wouldn't be over how much money he's got. I mean, think about it. Do you want a pauper, a deadbeat as your president? Really? Don't you want a man who's gone out and made something of himself, and not by political kickbacks, but by honest, hardworking industriousness? Successful investing and business building and things of that nature? Let's get back to being what an American is supposed to be all about, and that's going out and living our best life, working hard, making a little money, and providing a better living in the process for everybody. Does this make sense? That's what's on my heart today. I hope I connected with some of you on this. We'll get back to some more regular scheduled program tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to an interview with Kevin Barrett. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow for that interview. I think it's going to be fantastic. Go out there, everybody. Have a great and industrious Wednesday. Go spend some money. Give somebody a job. Trailer Trash Tim. See you soon.